5 years in prison.
Okay, the old government is on the wrong side of history, not once, but twice in this case. So this man went to jail for 5 years. He was in prison for not paying his child support. And the issue here is that the entire prison industrial complex was actually just cruelty under the Eighth Amendment. That was your torture fetish as Americans. You violated the Eighth Amendment and you didn't even know it because you were too dumb to understand the Constitution. Now, the world's smartest man is trying to teach you how you goofed up as Americans. So, this is a double whammy. This is a real doozy for that guy. Hey, not only was he not supposed to go to jail at all for any reason, uh, just like anyone for any crime, hey, that violates the Eighth Amendment. You weren't supposed to put man in a cell. Okay? Some might call that due process, but that is the 60% of the population that are vindictive psychopath, torture narcissists. Okay? And we don't allow them to get in the way of the Constitution. All right? So, this is the issue. Child support itself, I'm going to abolish that as the new government because, look, you're breaking apart families. The money narcissist in the family wants that legalized extortion money you call child support. So she is just a wealth narcissist, a money narcissist. Just like the government, hey, they don't care about parenting because your child does worse across the spectrum in life without the original father and has an 80% higher chance of incarceration. Well, that's no good. You put man in a cell and you broke apart his family. And I say family continuity before government continuity. So it matters a lot. Keeping your family together is more important than the country. Do you understand what I'm saying? The parental narcissists might want to run roughshod over parenting. They might want to take that legalized extortion money. Look, if you put a carrot on a stick in front of a woman, hey, she might take that money, and so might the government because they get a little piece of the pie when they break apart your family. Both the money narcissist and the government are on the wrong side of history here. And then you make that even worse when you put man in a cell for not paying the bully this extortion money. Okay? When extortion is otherwise illegal, hey, how come you justified it for men? You know? Because it's actually a plutocratic corporate gynocracy, not a constitutional republic. Hey, you didn't care about the Constitution. And you see, the rich and corporations, they care more about the country than you do about keeping your rights. All right? So that's the issue. America can get taken over by the greedy, by the corporations, by the rich, get turned into a sexist government that punishes men, not just for mate selection, but for trying to keep their family together. Right? So men are really emasculated in this twisted version of America. It's not the real America. You know, America was taken over by a foreign country. It might not care about how America's really supposed to work, right? So breaking apart the family is very un-American, I would say, don't you? So why is it that women care more about money than keeping their family together? Hey, that was their gender role. This is why we have 1,000 new genders, huh? Well, the boomers were brainwashed by the government with subliminal messages during the 1960s, during the Star-Spangled Banner on television, that said, "Trust the U.S. government. God is real. God is watching. Believe in government God. Rebellion is not tolerated. Obey, consume. Obey, consume. Buy. Ultra buy, worship, consume, believe, obey. So that tells you something. That tells you the government wants you to worship the government, to worship capitalism. Okay, no wonder the boomers were so greedy. No wonder the boomers cared more about money than their own family. So, all those people trying to virtue signal, calling me a deadbeat dad if I'm the world's best dad, is the 5-star dad. Hey, you don't listen to them anymore. They're on the wrong side of history, right? And if you cared about the family, you would behave more like Libya when Gaddafi made monetary incentive to keep the family together instead, right? Rather than extorting the man of the house, what they did is they gave 50 grand for couples who get married and 5 grand for every child that they have. Hey, that still appeals to the selfish money narcissist, but rather to keep the family together, which is something maybe positive the government can do in this case when it's gone so far the other direction.